Alrighty, so let's see here. I'm gonna pull it up on YouTube to repost attempt number 2 on everything here too, guys. So hopefully you can still hear me with me muting the sound effects. That's everything else around there. This should hopefully work. Please say this works. Please. Hallelujah! It worked. Well, there we go, folks. We are live on attempt 2. Please feel free to send this to all your friends. Because, yeah. So, attempt number 2, but we still have this game going for everyone. So let's discard link number 1 because that went absolutely downhill. We got it going just in the nick of time because it looks like the game is about to kick off here soon. So we got that done. We literally went right up to the kickoff on scrambling to fix our technical difficulties here. We took this thing down to the wire. So here we go. Now I get to send attempt number 2 to all my friends here. Alright, so everyone can hear me loud and clear, which is great. This is what we needed. I can say I have not been waiting all night for Sunday Night Football, but lo and behold, here we are. I actually could have lived without seeing this. Ooh, I can hear them working on the ice outside because once again the idiots on the top of Granddad Bluff with the weather service. Oh my God! Here comes this massive storm! Everyone panic! And there was literally nothing. I look out my window and I think we had like a quarter inch of snow at most with a little bit of rain. Everything else is fine. So they literally panicked for absolutely no reason whatsoever. It's the dumbest thing they could have done. Now, if it actually does snow the way they claim it will, then cool. But look, I will believe it when I see it. Because they seem to have a tendency of just, oh my God, the big one, here's the big one, and then it never actually happens. So we'll see we'll see where this goes. Facts. Matthew, I only speak the facts and nothing but the facts on this one. So yeah, there is that one. Thank God I'm doing this and having it muted because I don't have to listen to Chris Collinsworth probably still crying somewhere about Patrick Mahomes not making the postseason. Let's see here. See, Matthew right there. I'm spitting facts. So we do have that going. I figure out how we could, with this whole StreamYard thing. Hold on. Yeah, this is honestly kind of fun. This will be a lot of fun using this. What did I think of your call yesterday on the Bill Michaels show? Not gonna lie, Thomas, you sounded like every other Packer fan. Just about every other Packer fan's kind of what you sounded like, buddy. You guys don't know how to handle mediocrity. And honestly, with the way your defense is, I do not see them beating the Bears. Unless something changes. Then again, we all saw, as we could all see yesterday, they Derrick Henry's a freak of nature, but any competent coach will just look at the Packers defense and be like, they can't stop the run game. I'm just going to run it down their throat. Again, well, you said what needed to be said. None of you guys would, I'll say this. How many Packer fans would actually be able to tolerate a 3-win season like I've had most of my life? Like, how many of you would be able to do that? Would I ever do the one chip challenge? Maybe, I guess. Not gonna lie, there's so many weird internet challenges, buddy. I kind of forgot what was what now, if that makes any sense. So, there is that. I genuinely forgot how many different how many different like all the various different ones, which now that I think of it, there's like a bunch of different random streams for the game tonight. I don't even show up. Or maybe I do. It's just I'm just going to be scrolling quite a ways because I don't have hardly anybody here, but God bless all of your souls for being here. Because, let's face it, we's about to have some fun. Oh, the spicy one. You know what? Sure, why the hell not? There's probably plenty of milk I can use if needed. There's plenty of milk a man can use if he needs to. Quick, get this man a thing of water. Honestly, I'd probably be one of the only people on campus in the sports industry to not really. I'd be happy for my friend on the team if UWO won the Natty. I'd cover it, but honestly, I really wouldn't care. I watch UWL football occasionally, but they could be playing in the Stag Bowl, and I probably wouldn't care because right now, I have a lot bigger concerns to deal with in my life than how the UWL football team does or doesn't do, if that would make sense. I don't know, an employer making it where I worked more hours but my paycheck got smaller type situation on my hands. Of course, they're talking to Brock Purdy. Everybody loves the 49ers QB. Is that a guy dressed like... Oh dear God, someone tell him the 80s have came and gone. The Ditka sweater vest isn't popular anymore. It hasn't been since 1985. Who are we kidding? It's a Bears fan. They'd have it. Bears fans from back then never evolved. They never evolved. And speaking of agreeing with how Bear fans never evolved from 1985 from that age demographic, good old Matthew Sanding. Couldn't agree more. So before kickoff even started, we've conquered technical difficulties. Let's see, what else here? So while we conquered the technical difficulties, we charged at the we've charged straight into the one chip challenge. Briefly talked about the Packer game yesterday because that's at this point at this point the game last night's ancient history. No one really cares about it anymore. Like we cared about it in the morning. The sports talk industry will pretend to care about it again Monday morning, even though it's literally ancient history. No one's going to care about that game anymore. And if I were Matt LaFleur, I would have I'm not shitting you guys. I'd have Jordan Love out there for exactly 1, maybe 2 series, and then just put Clayton Tune out there for the rest of it. And in case you guys didn't know, I was on Thomas's stream yesterday during the Packer game as the guy who didn't care who won that game really, because I didn't root for either team and just was watching football and drinking a beer. So the 49ers get the kickoff and it's brought down about the 23-yard line, I think. Now, you can go check it out and see my appearance there in Talking Sports Yellow Thomas. Every so often I am on the show too. We just when we were on there, we kind of all just... We're all over the map, just kind of BSing our way through the sports world, having fun talking about stuff. But the real question, what do y'all think of the dynamic kickoff? Because I think it's absolutely stupid. See, Purdy here, shotgun formation. He's going to throw right away and intercepted. The first possession's intercepted. TJ Edwards, go. Pick six. It's a pick six. Holy shit. He threw a pick six to the Bears right away. Right to TJ Edwards. Holy shit. That is how we start a ball game. That is how you start a ball game. Holy shit. He was trying to target Jennings and... Hold on. No, Jennings... Wow. Jennings just gave Johnson the world's easiest pass breakup and Edwards the easiest interception of his life because Jennings literally just knocked it right into Edwards' hands. So the Bears just got the easiest pick six you'll see all year. That was something else. Also, I don't know what I'm supposed to think about the Bears being 11-4 and NFC North champs. So with that being said, the Bears are already up 7-0, and Caleb Williams has yet to even take the field. That was a gift. Purdy literally just gifted the Bears the lead. The Bears linebacking coach and defensive coordinators Ben Johnson was able to actually build a good coaching staff. I don't know how he did it. Because Dennis Allen, we all know how he's failed as a head coach, but he's always been a damn good D coordinator. So we're in the span of 15 seconds, football-wise, we're about to have another Chicago Bears dynamic kickoff. It is 7-0 after 15 seconds. All right, attempt number 2 at this thing, and it's just going to be a touchback to the 35, which I think is stupid because all it takes is one play, and you can be at midfield if you just get a gain of 10 to 15 yards, which is stupid. The touchback should never bring you out that far. So yeah, this is wow. The Bears defense this year, 22 interceptions, 32 takeaways, both leading the NFL. They have not had this kind of defense in a long time. That's an incomplete pass. So Brock Purdy is not playing pretty good right now. I don't want to count my eggs before they hatch. I really don't. But if there's a year the Bears might actually make a run, it's this year. I don't know why, but this might actually be the year that I think they can go for a run. So now they decide to hand it off to McCaffrey, and he's swallowed up after 2, maybe 3 yards here. It's going to set up 3rd and medium. Austin Pleasant's in his 3rd season, playing his 19th career game. He had 0 starts. And in 3 years, it's his 3rd team in the NFL. So is he going to have another team in year 4? Which means year 32 is going to be legendary. Purdy, once again, here's in the shotgun formation, drops back, throws. He hit the tight end here. I don't know which one it is because Kittle's on the sideline. It's number 88. So yeah, he was able to hit him in. Purdy was able to find his guy in stride here, but he was able to hit Tongues in stride. It's a gain of 18. They are now in Bears territory. Again, this is why I said the touchback should not be starting at the 35 because they've only ran 4 or 5 plays and they're already with it all basically in field goal range. Touchback should just bring you out to the 20-yard line. I don't care what the team is. So Brock Purdy last week versus the Colts was 25 of 34, 295 yards, 5 TDs, and 1 interception. That's the most since Steve Young in the Super Bowl XXI something. It is 2nd and 1 here. All right, let's see what he does. They hand it off to McCaffrey, and I think they stuffed him. It's going to be 3rd and short here. They were able to stuff him. Green Bay, that's how you stop a run game. Nope, they did give it to him. 1st and 10. Kind of figured if he didn't get it, it was going to be 3rd and next to nothing. So we'll see what happens here. The Niners technically the 49ers have had the ball this entire half, but this is the 2nd possession of the game. Purdy fakes the handoff. He has a clean pocket, and he was almost intercepted again by Austin Booker in the D-line. He threw it right into his hands. Yeah, he threw it right into Booker's hands. Yes, Thomas, we know Derrick Henry had himself a day. 416 416 yards. That would have to be a record. 216 yards and 4 TDs. So it is now 2nd and 10. The 49ers are in. It would be a long shot, but they're in field goal range. Purdy gets rid of it quick, and it's going to bring up 3rd and short here as he once again goes to another one of his tight ends, I think it is. Which is now 3rd and 2. We will see what happens here as Purdy in the under center. Is Christian McCaffrey leaning up against another one of his guys like he's a bookshelf? Like, did McCaffrey just lean against a guy like a bookshelf? It's officially 3rd and 2 here. We'll see what they can do. They fake the handoff. Purdy goes downfield. It's caught, but there is laundry on the ground. So it's 1st and goal. I'm going to assume that it's going to stay 1st and goal because they're probably on the defense. Yep, holding on the defense. So obviously they're going to decline it. 1st and goal. Let's if NBC shows the replay here, let's see. Here it is against Jaquan Brisker. They didn't show what NBC. I want to see where the hold would have supposedly been. Purdy scrambling, throws it, finds his guy wide open. Nobody within a 20-feet radius of him. So now we are tied as Jake Tongues gets the touchdown for the 49ers. But, yeah. So if they get the extra point, we will be tied here at 7. I don't know how the Bears defense just let him be that unlooked at, wide open, but they did. So the second possession, the 49ers were able to look like a NFL offense, but the first one, Purdy threw a really bad interception. So just like that, we are tied here at 7, and now I finally get to take a look at the Bears' offense for the first time tonight. We went through quite a bit here. And it's really funny to think that a team had technically had the ball the entire half with so far in this game on 2 different possessions. But yeah, the Bears, that pick 6 is either going to be the highlight reel from the game that I clip here and post later, or it's going to be one of many. Hopefully it's the second one and one of many. I'm just waiting to see what Caleb Williams in the offense looks like. Ooh, I can hear the wind. Is the weatherman going to say he was right about the wind? Though I'm not going to lie, I didn't really watch a whole lot of football today because after church, I spent most of my day cleaning and making the apartment here looking like it did pre-Christmas with all my trying to get my stuff as back to normal as I can. So there is that. Yes, Dawson, I know you're disappointed in the pick 6 reaction, but look at the time of night, buddy. There's kind of other people sleeping, so And yes, Thomas, I'm well aware. The streaming thing you texted me on Snap, I'm well aware of that TV site because I use it all the time. All right, so we are back, and well, I finally get to take a look at the Chicago Bears. All right, here comes the return to the 29, 30-ish, somewhere around there. Let's see. Ooh, DJ Moore is out there, and so is Luther Burden. We got Cole Kmet, Colson Loveland. That very beautiful offensive line that actually has been decent this year somehow. So we'll see how the Bears look in their first thing against the 49ers defense as Caleb Williams is standing alone as they do 5 wide, let it fly right out of the gates. Throws it to Kmet. That's going to be a gain of about 7 yards. Caleb Williams, 2025 through week 16, 58% completion percentage, 227 yards per game, 26 total TDs, 7 turnovers. Ladies and gentlemen, they might have themselves a quarterback. It is officially a gain of 7. It is now second down and 3. Kmet the tight end in motion. They fake the handoff to Swift. And that pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. So there is that one there too. It is now third down and 3. I'm curious to see what we're going to do with the if they're going to do the run game, but hey, the offensive line protected Caleb Williams there. Last year he would have been sacked. So there is that. Here it is, third down and 3. We got the play action. Williams fakes the check down, starts running, almost face plants, throws it. Incomplete on the sideline, broken up. I think he wanted to try it. Hold on, there is laundry on the ground. It came in late. Flag. I don't have the fancy sound effects that Thomas did. We'll see what the penalty is. They're panning on Williams still. Of course, he is the quarterback, so it makes sense. All right, hold on. And they picked it up, so it's a fourth down. The offense went 3 and out. I'm curious what they were looking at, but here comes our MVP and the punter, Trenton Gill. And any Packer fan who says they're rooting for the 49ers just because they want to play the Bears again, okay, we'll just do what the Baltimore Ravens did and run the ball down your throat. That's a touchback. That thing hung in the air a little too long. I know there should be an option on my stream later here. I know there should be an option for it later, but with the technical problems I was facing heading into kickoff, I did not have the time to add that. I am going to be, we all know this is it's a work in progress with this new toy I have here at my disposal. So there is that going on. Honestly, I'm not surprised that the Bears decided they were going to go 3 and out there. What surprises me, though, is that they didn't try and run the ball a bit more. Just because, it is the Bears. But honestly, I I don't see them losing out to go into the playoffs at 11-6. But I also don't. They're gonna be a 12-13 win team, and I still can't comprehend this. I still can't really. Ooh, are we getting a U.S. The Winter Olympics? Can we beat Canada this time around? Because remember, in the words of the moms from South Park, blame Canada, blame Canada. If you ever have a problem, blame Canada. Just because that's what South Park told us to do. The answer to your question is after tonight, the Bears end the season out with Detroit. So there is that. They end the year out with the Lions. And the Packers end the year with the Vikings. And honestly, the Vikings are going to send everything they have at you because they want to send you into the postseason on your knees, going, make it end. They want to send you on a 4-game losing streak begging for mercy. All right, well, let's see if the Bears defense can hold again like they did the first possession on the very first play. Purdy dropping back, throws. That one's caught, but he was immediately greeted by 3 guys. They are good. That. So apparently the 49ers are without have yet another injury. So they're out one of their offensive linemen here. So we'll see. But the Niners somehow just keep it moving. They hand it off to McCaffrey. He gets around the corner. Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a gain. That's as far as he went. So we're going to run it back at 2nd down and 10 here. Ooh, there's Trent Williams. They're 60-32 with him. They're 4-12 without him. Which means he's probably the guy guarding his quarterback's blind side. And that goes all the way back to the 2020 postseason. Or at least including the postseason. I think the Packers and 49ers are in an arms race for who has more injuries. Purdy under center. Play action, running. Evades Montez Sweat. He's running and slides. And so he gained a net positive of what could have been a lot worse. It is going to be 3rd and medium here. That could have been a lot worse than it was. Yep. Hey, NBC, I don't need to see the back of Trent Williams' head. Or Caleb Williams spitting out something on the ground. It is 3rd and 6. So it is 3rd and medium here because so at their own 35, Purdy shotgun, under siege. The pass batted down at the line once again. 4th down, the defense held. Austin Booker bats down another one. That wind is a whipping. I can just hear it everywhere. Maybe there's actually some snow with it. I'll go check on the commercial break. So here comes the punting unit. Though it would be funny if they did a fake punt here. They do not. They kicked it away. They did the Cleveland Browns signature move. We punt. So with that being said, I am going to go see if there's actually any snow with this wind like they claim. The weather service says they have 1.5 inches. I'll believe it when if there's that much out there, I will believe it when I see it. There is no way. I mean, no way there's that much snow out there. Those morons said we would have like 8 inches of snow today. So we're getting a light flurry, light gentle snow with wind. Okay, so can someone tell the weather service 1.4 inches of snow at their office is not a reason to scare the entire public into thinking we have to stock up on everything and build an ark and stop our damn lives? Next time the weather service issues that kind of weather alert, I'm just going to keep doing what I originally had planned, and if it actually snows, it actually snows. Other words, hold on. Actually, we'll bring this back up again here. 1.4 inches at their office. Hey, National Weather Service, thank you for scaring everybody, being completely wrong, but not being disappointed in the least bit with using my tax dollars to scare the living hell out of everybody. Typical government entity, typical government organization right there. Great job. So we're back here. Looks like Williams is relaying something to his line. Everybody tapping their heads in sync. That was actually kind of cool. So DJ Moore here, he's in motion. They hand it off to Manungai. He gets about 2 yards. It took long enough for them to try and run the ball here. Hold on. Actually, let's see what the radar's saying here. Let's see how much. Now, I guess, since we're on the snow topic here, I'll just keep this comment pinned for a little bit here, up for everyone to see. Since we're on the snow topic here, would it really surprise anybody if it's more of like an overnight front thing again, based on what I'm looking at here on the radar? Kind of looks like a bunch of it's, yeah, there's still quite a bit coming for the overnight hour, depending on how this goes. But yeah, looking at the radar, looks like this is going to be more of an overnight storm again, but yeah. Fun fact, Darnell Wright, when we took him 10th overall, he was the highest drafted Bears offensive lineman since Jimbo Covert, which I'm pretty sure he's in the Hall of Fame. It is now 3rd down and 4. Williams throws, gets it away to DJ Moore, broken up. So the offense goes 3 and out again. It's going to be one of those nights with the offense, isn't it? It's going to be one of those nights. Is this going to be like, it's going to be the situation like my friend Dawson says, where just wait until the 4th quarter to see if they're either winning or not, or if they're going to show up or not. Just wait until the 4th quarter. Because it seems the Bears like to do what the Rumble Ponies did there. The Niners returned the punt. Got to about the 35-ish. Hold on. Did NBC just really make a thing of Christian McCaffrey as Mr. Clean? they really made Christian McCaffrey Mr. Clean. Oh boy. That's actually kind of comical. All right. We'll see what the defense does as the Niners start with their own 34 after that punt return. McCaffrey makes a few men miss, and by a few, I mean basically the entire defense. Yep. Christian McCaffrey still exists. One play, and they're just a stone toss away from the red zone, because when he's healthy, you could have an entire defense of a healthy Micah Parsons, Hutchinson, Myles Garrett on the defensive front, all these big name superstar defensive players, and he would still somehow find a way to break free. And Wright, the Bears defensive back, literally had the man wrapped up in his arms and still couldn't bring him down. That's about right. And the man somehow hurt himself on the play. Okay. Let's see what happened. Friendly fire. He got hit by his own teammate. Friendly fire. We took him out with friendly fire. All right, here it is. Purdy hands it off to their backup running back, who... Are we going to beat... Robinson Jr. Who's the random Lions fan? Why is there a random-ass Lions fan at 49ers and Bears in San Francisco? But on another note, are the Bears really going to... Did they really look at the Packers' run defense yesterday and go, that's what we need to carbon copy? Purdy... Oh, he has all the time in the world to just literally just walk into the end zone, and he does. Touchdown, 49ers. The Bears defense did absolutely nothing there. They just let him walk into the end zone. He was able to just walk right in. That's right on par. Like, nobody thought of trying to get him sooner. So the 49ers, they have a 14-7 lead here. And it would be really nice if the offense could give the defense a little bit of a rest here now. Now that we decided to just turn into Swiss cheese today so far. We got that pick six, and then it was followed by nothing but 3 and outs and then 2 49er touchdowns. Thank you, Chicago. Thank you for winning the division and then gracefully shitting the bed in front of the whole country. One should have seen this coming. Like, in general, one should have just seen this coming. So yeah, there is that. Good Lord, the wind is a whipping out there right now. That wind is a whipping. So yeah, we do have this going now here. So far outside of that pick six. It has literally just been the 49ers doing whatever they damn well please to the Bears. It's going to be a long night. I might have to be digging out the, talking about various random talking points like where Malik Willis is going to end up next year because he earned himself one hell of a payday after last night. Chicago waking up late. 7 wins by 1 score. Second most in team history. 6 wins after trailing in the final 2 minutes. Most in NFL history. Caleb Williams has 6 fourth-quarter comebacks, tied by first or second-year quarterbacks with Peyton Manning. I don't know what the hell just happened outside, but I'm going to leave it outside. And hope that Caleb Williams can actually do something. The Niners have 8 first downs to Chicago's 0. We've literally done nothing but, oh dear God, we're the Cleveland Browns. Oh dear God, they're the Cleveland Browns right now. Alright, so he's returning it. I don't know what kind of camera angle this is by NBC, but so I can't even tell where he got, but all I know is he got slightly past the 20, to like somewhere around where a traditional kickoff would be. Good Lord, that wind is whipping out there. I can just hear it punching my window. I don't want to know what else could possibly be out there. 1st and 10 at their own 23. Play action, Williams. He unloads just out of the reach of Colston Loveland. Incomplete. Wow. This is starting to be something. This is turning into something. This is I got batted in the air. The man was somehow able to get airborne and bat it. Williams, shotgun formation here. Throws. Burden gets it. Holy shit, they got a first down. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Bears actually got a first down. They've only ran the ball like 2 times. The rest of the time we've been trying to throw it, which is interesting. Luther Burden, yes, he was the Bears' second-round pick. He's the same age I am. He's got 37 receptions, 490 yards, averaging 13.2 with 1 TD on the season. Williams, they hand it off to Swift. He makes a few men miss and then's brought down like a yard or 2 short. I'm going to say 2 yards short here to bring up 2nd down and 2. It's about damn time we're trying to get the run game going. Rome Odunze. He's inactive once again. He has 44 receptions of 661 yards and 6 TDs on the year. If the man stayed healthy, he could have probably reached 1,000 yards this year. Williams under center to throw. Dumps it off to Komet. Komet brought down around midfield. Yeah, this does kind of sound like what the Ravens were doing. The only difference is we don't have Derrick Henry. Flag. Whoa. They got him for the illegal low block on the defense. They call it chop block on the defense. That's rare. That is genuinely rare. They called it. Yep. Now I can see it. He, instead of trying to tackle him, he just went straight down. He went down for the lineman and Komet's knees both. He tried taking them both out like that. But anyways, before they mentioned the penalty there, the Bears, we don't have Derrick Henry like the Ravens do. Williams drops back, throws. Oh, touchdown! Touchdown! The deep pass to Burden. Luther Burden, touchdown Bears. It's a touchdown. That they do know how to find the end zone. It is a touchdown. These reactions may seem very watered down and disappointing in the eyes of some, but I've been awake since 4:30 in the morning, boys. I woke up at 04:30, so the fact that I'm still kicking right now is amazing in and of itself. Williams hung in the pocket knowing he was going to get clocked. He threw it downfield, and it was a dime right into Burden's hands. And the PAT, it's up. It is good. We are tied at 14. We've officially now had more scoring than flag. There's a flag on the extra point. This would be the most Bears thing ever to screw up an extra point. Only in the words of the best musician on TikTok. Oh, leverage. It was a leverage on the defensive lineman. Collins got called for leverage here. Let's see what he was doing. They called the rookie for it. Yeah, the long snapper never even got the chance to lift his head up, so I can see it. Woke up at 4:30 a.m. Dang, just right for. Well, you see, well, Greenland too, United States Air Force. So we made a movie, another movie about where the world came to an end because of nuclear bombs. How many of these nuclear bomb movie or natural disaster movies are we gonna make? Now it's the Great Migration. How many end of the world movies are we having to? Okay, see in this trailer, everything they're advertising is like what could be the so-called end of the world for their migration thing. They literally turned the Book of Revelations into a movie and called it and called it Midland 2, The Great Migration or something like that. But you see, in order to make it to church in time out for an 8 a.m. service, if I want to get up, shower, change, brush my teeth, and eat breakfast, it's kind of like school in the morning. I kind of have to get up that early. So, yeah, there is that. But, yeah. The fact that we don't call it, they didn't call the movie Revelations, but they literally, that trailer on TV I was describing, the easiest way to dumb it down, and in the era of Google, everyone can look it up too, they essentially turned the book of the entire book of Revelations into an end of the world movie. The only difference was they didn't have Jesus in it. Unless Jesus is the nuclear bomb, which would be weird. Also, why were we? I can't speak for it, but even for the world of movies, why would they say this is a good? Why would they say flinging a nuclear bomb into a storm is a good idea? Okay, so the Bears are going to do the dynamic kickoff from the 50, which honestly I think is stupid because they're just going to move it back to the damn. Yeah, there it is. There's your penalty for it not landing in the landing zone because it went out of bounds because because the NFL wants their kick return actions. So once again, every single year, every time we see in this new era of the dynamic kickoff, when we see a kickoff from the 50 due to penalties, the ball, because it's either going to fly out of bounds through the back of the end zone or something like that. It's going to be an automatic illegal kickoff. So apparently they're getting it at the 25, but still, they get penalized for something that's not that's not. The NFL screwed this up with it has to be in the landing zone rule. The dynamic kickoff was a stupid gimmick made by the XFL. Oh, wow. Wow. They showed Purdy's motion next to Drew Brees, and it's very similar. Also, whoever number 55 was on the Packers D-line in 2020 they just left Ricky Pearsall wide open. Pearsall was wide open, which is understandable. The man's got speed. He is good. He was a first-round pick for a reason. Shocker. It was the guy. It is the Bears. It is the one DB that every Bears fan hates that gave that up. They handed off to McCaffrey. That's a solid game. But shocker. Typical that the one defensive back every Bear fan curses out. Also, is it me or is it funny that they're wearing cold winter gear weather out in San Francisco, California, acting as if it's cold out there? Wow, that was a good piece of running by McCaffrey. He was able to break free from being brought down by two guys to make it a positive run. But we'll see what the laundry on the ground is. The refs are really happy with throwing flags right now, aren't they? Okay, why does Ben Johnson always look like he's pissed off at the world? There is no foul. There's no flag once again. We threw it for no reason. Brock Purdy missed 8 games. Pearsall missed 7. Kittle missed 6. Bosa's on the IR. Fred Warner's on the IR. And yet the 49ers still have 11 wins on the year, are going to the playoffs again. How they're doing it, I don't know. But it is 3rd and 2. They hand it off to McCaffrey. No, they gave it to Purdy, kept it himself. He fooled everybody, including the cameraman, to get the first down himself. Wow. Yeah, I don't think anybody in their right mind, including Shanahan, thought that Purdy was actually going to hold on to it and take it himself. Yes, Mac Jones played good in Purdy's absence. He just shows that he needed the right coaching scheme. And wow, the Bears actually bottled up Christian McCaffrey for two plays in a row. That's something. Also, I'm wondering if I'm hearing the win against everything, no problem here. I wonder if you guys are hearing it too. So I'm sure if the wind is a whipping in Stoddard, it's letting it rip in like pretty much everywhere in western Wisconsin. Gotta love winter. Only 88 days till opening day baseball. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So we are tied at 14 after 15 minutes of regulation. This has been a really good game. And the Bears defense is doing pretty good. Thomas is itching for baseball and warmer weather, just like me. And honestly, I think we all are itching for baseball and warm weather deep down inside, even with as good as our football teams may or may not be. Deep down inside, all of us, and I mean all of us, know we need baseball. We need baseball back. We need baseball in the worst way. Because, holy crap. I'm getting bored. I need baseball. Like, I am bored. I need baseball back. I need baseball. It'll be nice getting baseball to come back here. I am going to, again, while Thomas is sitting, and everyone else here that is watching is sitting there, bathing in the sheer thought of possibly having baseball, I'm going to go outside, see what the weather is doing, and in case there's ice falling from the sky, make sure my windshield wipers are not attached to the windshield itself. So good news, guys. I did not leave the windshield wipers down. I put them up like a smart person. Bad news is, it is actually starting to snow. The Bears clinched the one seed with a win tonight and a win against Detroit, and the Seahawks lost versus the Niners. The Niners get the one seed if they win tonight and beat the Seahawks next week, which I'm just glad the Bears are relevant this year. Purdy, he lets it rip. I don't know why they're just letting Pearsall sit there like that and then waiting to tackle him. I don't know. It's not like you have to worry about George Kittle. Juszczyk was out there, but he didn't do anything. McCaffrey was just the check down, knowing that he wasn't going to see the ball unless everything went wrong. They handed off to McCaffrey, and that was, I want to say, terrible defense, but we all know how Christian McCaffrey just has a way of making guys miss. Like, you can do everything right, and he's still going to just make you miss. Like, they did everything you could have asked for, and McCaffrey still made all of them miss to get first and goal here. He's ran it. Oh, dear Lord. Christian McCaffrey's already ran it 9 times for 77 yards. Oh, dear Lord. Where have I seen this one? Correction. He has ran it 10 times for over 80 yards and at least 1 touchdown now. I feel like I watched this story, but different teams. I feel like I've seen this. Please don't let the 49ers be in the Super Bowl again either. An extra point is up and good. But we don't have to worry about the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. But now we just have to hope that the Eagles and 49ers don't make the Super Bowl as well, because other words, it means we're literally just watching the same teams every year. So, Thomas, I'm just going to say this. When your team was getting obliterated by the Baltimore Ravens, I just sat there drinking my beer, being respectful and going with it, having fun. I wasn't having fun with and saying how they're having a huge grin across your face, knowing it's looking like it's going to be one of those games, unless you're implying offensive shootout. But if it's going to be one of those games with the Bears' run defense and all that struggling, then way to just be like every other Green Bay Packer fan I've met for the most part after high school that just kind of acts like there's that 31 other teams in the league don't exist. There is that. Like, there genuinely is that aspect. Let's see here. What's this notification? Nice. Okay, so I got that going for me. All right, so we're back. Hopefully, the Bears' offense can get back into this game because it's clearly the defense isn't doing a whole lot right now. But then again, Christian McCaffrey is Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry are like on two totally different levels when it comes to craziness. The Bears have ran it 3 times and thrown it 8 times. So we've had a grand total of 11 plays compared to the 49ers, who have literally held on to it this entire half. All right, so the ice plows are out. That was the sound you heard. That wasn't just a regular plow. That was an ice plow. Wow. Last year, the Bears were statistically one of the worst offenses in the league. This year, they're actually a half-competent offense. Quick, somebody get a picture and zoom in on Collinsworth's spreadsheet to make sure there's no Patrick Mahomes jokes on there. Monangai, he broke free. He makes another man miss, and he's brought down. He wasn't able to get around the DB, but if he would have got past that DB, it would have been wide open, green grass, and he would have been gone. Whoever number 27 is for the 49ers just absolutely saved them with a touchdown, because if he doesn't make that play, Monangai's gone. He would have been absolutely gone there. They fake the handoff to Monangai. Williams Gets to the check down two man guy. He makes a few guys miss and gets it. That's another first down on the check down. So Caleb Williams is able to progressively go through his reads significantly better than he did last year. And the fun thing is, the man was a 7th round pick, and he has 755 rushing yards on the season, well, going into today. It's a free play. The Niners jumped. It's a free play. Williams might as well just let it rip downfield. Touchdown. Touchdown Bears. If this holds, it's a touchdown. I think the Niners jumped for a free play. It's a touchdown. It is. Touchdown Bears. Penalties declined. Holy crap. Caleb Williams pulled the old Aaron Rodgers and got him to jump. He was able to pull the old Aaron Rodgers and made them jump and threw an absolute dime down the field for a touchdown. Holy crap. They do have a quarterback this year. They actually have a quarterback. Holy crap. I'm just going to leave that comment about Ben Johnson being because that is the only answer as to why the Bears are doing what they're doing. Holy crap. I did not, in my wildest dreams, think this would happen. But once again, Ben Johnson still just looking like he is completely angry at the whole world. Like he is really mad at the world, it seems. But wow. That was a dime. Like the man threw an absolute dime. Holy crap. I think the Bears might actually have a quarterback. I think I could have said the Bears hired any other head coach who probably didn't see this. You're right. Even with Ben Johnson, I didn't see this coming. I knew we'd be better, but I didn't see this coming. I genuinely, I knew they were a better team. I didn't see whatever this is coming. So tonight, Caleb Williams is 6 of 10, 108 yards with 2 TDs and no picks. Purdy is 7 of 12 for 106 yards, 1 TD and 1 pick. But you're right, Thomas. I have echoed it, and I've said it time and time again throughout the whole year. The Bears hire any other head coach. I mean, any other option that in the whole world for coaches that were out there. This wouldn't happen. What we're seeing right now would not have happened. They handed off to McCaffrey again, and I'm thinking of that entire pile of the Bears D-line and linebackers with McCaffrey and his O-line. I'm thinking McCaffrey was the one who was pushing every single one of those players. Forget the 49ers O-line pushing him too. I think that McCaffrey was shoving every single player there to get a gain of 4 out of that. It is now 2nd down and 6. McCaffrey fakes the pitch. McCaffrey, Purdy threw it. It's 1st down. So right now, the 49ers are running a more time-consuming traditional offense, while the Bears have been running a more quick strike offense, trying to just keep up on the scoreboard. to where hopefully their backup tight end has 5 receptions for 48 yards and a TD. That's a solid night for the tight end so far. They hand it off to McCaffrey, and he gets about 3-4 there. So it'll be second and medium here. But the Bears, it's a good game, but they're running a. Hold on. Kyle Juszczyk's in his 13th season. The man's been in the NFL for 13 years. Wow, NFL careers have gotten long. They do Matt LaFleur's favorite thing, the wide receiver reverse, but when you have Christian McCaffrey to fake giving it to him and give it to the receiver, it's going to work. So as a first down, the 49ers have been doing great on the ground. But yeah, when you have, you can do the Bears defenders, like they had 2 DBs get in the backfield to try and blow it up. It's just they did their job and blocked them just long enough for them to get far enough out to get there. The Bears have 32 yards on the ground to the 49ers 132. Purdy, he's hit from behind and down he goes. He gets sacked, and who else other than Austin Booker? He was booking it in like a missile into the Purdy there. Like Brock Purdy didn't even know what was coming at him. Like he came in like a damn missile. Like boom. The man was a missile. So the Bears get the first sack of the night between both teams. It is now 2nd and 17. With Christian McCaffrey on the other team's offense, I have no confidence in them stopping it, especially when he just caught a pass to make it 3rd and short. So I would have felt more confident if that sack was on 2nd down. It's going to be 3rd and short with Christian McCaffrey. Let's face it, Christian McCaffrey is the entire 49ers offense. So, yeah, 3rd and 3. McCaffrey's at 103 total yards. I'm assuming they're just going to hand it off to him here. Timeout 49ers. They looked like they were trying to get the Bears to jump, and they didn't, which that's usually something you do on third. That's not usually a 3rd down play you do. That's usually a 4th down play. So everyone here watching, thank you for joining me. We are sitting here enjoying it. As you can see with the comment that we have up from Thomas there, it could have been literally, I don't know how many times I'm going to keep saying this, other than it's very much the big thing about the Bears this year. Any other head coach, and this Bears 49ers game probably is not going to be on prime time because the Bears wouldn't have been very entertaining watch and would have, been what they were last year again, where we were just absolutely horrible and picking in the top 10. So we'll see what happens here. They're going to try and throw. Purdy. Pass is broken up. Let's see if they do throw any laundry. They do not. It is 4th and 3. Jaquan Brisker with the breakup. Okay, that sounded really bad. Are the 49ers going to think about keeping the offense on the field here? Wow. His tight end had to play defense to stop it from being an interception. So it's looking like the 49ers are going to keep their offense out here on the field. Are they going to try and do the hard count, or are they going to run a play? They ran the play. Purdy unloads. 1st down. He found Ricky Pearsall. It's going to be So it seems that the Bears don't have much answers for Pearsall or McCaffrey right now. Oh man, they almost were able to tip that. Purdy's 10-16 for 144 yards and a touchdown. McCaffrey's brought down after a gain of probably 4 or 5 at the 20, so the 49ers have officially entered the red zone here tonight. It is 2nd and 6, so it was a gain of 4. The Bears have ran 14 plays to the 49ers 35. Jesus Christ, that is insane that we're tied. They hand it off again. It's going to bring up 3rd and short. I also kind of miss the era of when teams weren't constantly it's 4th down. Yeah, who cares? Oh, it's 4th and 3. Yeah, I can go for it. So we'll see what happens. It's 3rd and 2. I'm going to assume that in the eyes of the 49ers, this is 4-down territory once again. Purdy, they hand it off to McCaffrey. He broke a few tackles, but good lord, is this kind of getting interesting. Their defense just can't. We can't stop a nosebleed apparently right now. And when they do stop them, they have a horseshoe magically appear to wow. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. That's just Christian McCaffrey being Christian McCaffrey. Which they stopped him here. They were able to stop him. So it's 2nd and goal. I still am waiting for them to give this up somehow. Waiting for the other foot to fall down here, and the Bears giving it up. The 49ers have had 3 drives. All 3 of them went to the red zone and ended in touchdowns. Purdy throws it. Jennings gets the reception, was brought down right away. It's now 3rd and goal. Obviously, this is probably going to be 4-down territory with the way both offenses have been just absolutely on fire. So, based on how neither team's defense can stop a nosebleed, they're probably going for it. If we reach 4th down here. Shotgun formation, Purdy. He has all the time in the world. Throws. Intercepted. It's intercepted again. I don't know why he didn't just go down in the end zone. And there's a flag. And there is a flag. But they got the interception for now. Or not. Or not. Let's give them a 1st down. Somehow it was hands to the face. I want to see the replay. Where's the hands to the face? That was a really good acting job. That is a really good acting job. So yeah, what would have been an interception to take it away is now 1st and goal at the 3.5-yard line. McCaffrey gets brought down here at the line of scrimmage. And it's 2nd and goal. Wouldn't mind seeing them get a stop here. Getting a stop would be nice. They had him stopped, but then a phantom hands to the face call came. The 49ers have ran 40 plays with 285 yards offense and had the ball for 20 minutes compared to the Bears 547 with 140 yards on 14 plays. So the Bears are literally having to beat the quick strike offense. And Shanahan uses another timeout here. They had him stopped again. They had him stopped. Hopefully the second half can be a lot different and not as much of a cardiac arrest here. Like it would be kind of nice. McCaffrey's ran it 16 times for 98 yards. So the man's going to have 100 yards here by the end of the half, probably. Comes the snap to hands McCaffrey. No, Purdy kept it himself. So a touchdown 49ers as Brock Purdy took it in himself, running it again. So the Bears, they had him stopped, but then some ref saw a hand to the face, which the replay cameras, it looked more like the guy was moving his head trying to draw a penalty instead, knowing that it was knowing that they were beat, and the DB was all over the play. The extra points up and good is now 28-21 49ers. And what should have ended in another Brock Purdy interception drive. So there's that. Though it really seems like I still can't see where the penalty was on that play. I didn't see it. I'm sure Collinsworth is going, that was a great call, because, it's just a small select group of people he looks up to. Let's see what else happens here. Hopefully the Bears can go downfield and score again. Hopefully Chicago can score again, because this is that should have been an interception. That really should have been an interception to end that drive. The Bear, even though I don't know why the idiot didn't just go down in the end zone, because if it would have stayed a pick, it would have been a touchback starting at the 20 instead of trying to run back and get at your own 8. Well, Thomas, let's put it this way. The Chicago Bears, what you missed when you're grabbing snacks, Brock Purdy threw another interception, and but the referee threw a flag because they're claiming that they put the hands up in Ricky Pearsall's face when all he did was turn his head like this, as the DB's hand was right here. So the hand was at his shoulder. He moves his head like this, knowing that knowing it's going to draw a foul and automatically give him a first down to continue the drive and kill the interception because he watched his quarterback throw it right to CJ Gardner-Johnson. So that is why the Bears are now trailing 28-21. But Chicago actually had them stopped again. Whoa. We actually had a kickoff return. Is the NFL really going to try and cater to San Francisco? Are they really trying to push San Francisco again? Yep. Holding on the kick return. We might not even. Can we just. If at this point, the NFL might as well just get rid of the damn kick return, because even with their dynamic kickoff they're proud of, there's always a goddamn hold. They're always like, holding, illegal block in the back, I saw a hold. It's like, oh, he got to the 40, I saw a hold, even though this new dynamic kickoff's supposed to start that. Williams, get out of there, Caleb. Caleb's scrambling. He gets a gain of about 2-3 yards on what could have been a lot worse. It is second down and there's Chrome Dome, Robert Saleh, the 49ers D coordinator. It is 2nd and 8. I wouldn't mind him turning the 49ers defense into what he turned the Jets into right about now. Williams under center. Pitches it off to Swift. Swift breaks free just enough to get a first down. The Bears have all 3 of their timeouts and the 2-minute warning to work with here, still to try and go downfield and score. But now they are going to have to once again try and be the quick strike offense after the 49ers were able to go down the field and chew up a lot of clock to where it was basically the San Francisco Zebras versus the Chicago Bears. And that brings us to the 2-minute warning. They just chewed up 30 seconds that could have helped them run off one more play. It's been a good game. Though it really feels like the Zebras are doing everything they can to try and, help the 49ers. I don't think Roger Goodell would be able to handle not having he already can't handle having the Chiefs not be there. I don't think he can handle not being able to he'd be able to handle having a Super Bowl that doesn't involve either the 49ers or Eagles now. I really hope we get all we need to do is have the damn Eagles and 49ers go away now. Because if we look at it, if we take away the 2021 Super Bowl, where it was Rams-Bengals, every single Super Bowl since the 2020 season, the 2020 Super Bowl was technically the 2019 season, so I'm going to say the 2020 Super Bowl is the 2020 season for this. So this year, this Super Bowl is technically going to be deemed the 2026 Super Bowl from the 2025 season. The 2020 season Super Bowl, Chiefs 49ers. The 2022 Super Bowl from that year, Chiefs Eagles. 2023, Chiefs Niners. Last year, Chiefs Eagles. So can we please not have either the Eagles or 49ers in the Super Bowl, please? We really do need somebody else to go. And let's not let it be the Rams either, because the Rams were there in 18. They were there in 21. Crap, now that I think of it, the only team in the the only team that's in the Super Bowl, that in the NFC side, that could go to this right now, that could go to a Super Bowl, who hasn't been there in 20 or more years, would be the Bears. Williams looks like they're in a I formation here. Either the I formation, pistol formation, you name it. They hand it off to DeAndre Swift. Little weird, we're doing the ground and pound now. Like, I know we get the ball to start the second half, but kind of would like to have some points too. So minute 30 until we have 90 ticks until we go to half. Williams throws it away. Nobody's there. He had a clean pocket for a while. Okay, Chicago, please don't do this to me. Loveland took too long to break free for him to try and throw it. Typical. Yeah, it's typical. Loveland took too long. Williams is 6 of 11 for 108 yards and 2 TDs today. Here comes the blitz. Williams just threw it to Narnia. They blitzed him. Once again, the Bears decide we're going to go 3 and out. They decided not to be a real football team again. Classic. So we're going to give the 49ers the ball back, and please get a stop. Please do not let them go down and score again. He's going to feel that in the morning. That kick returner is going to feel that in the morning, but hopefully with 66 ticks left on the clock, the 49ers aren't able to just go down the field and score. But I'm really hoping that they don't just let them go down the field and score here. Because that's going to suck if they do. Again, it's going to genuinely suck if they do. Oh, boy. I'm well aware it leaves them time to at least score a field goal, but with the way their defense is, if we hold them to a field goal, I'll take it. Because it means they'd only be down 10 when if you look at the if you go look at the amount of plays they ran, the amount of yardage they have, and the time of possession, only being down by 7 by either just one touchdown or a touchdown and a field goal is a victory in of itself. Like being down just 7 to 10 points would be a victory. If we can get a stop here, because right now San Francisco seems to have the Zebras on their side. It's really hard to beat the Zebras. Let's see if I can see the snow falling with the light out the window. I don't even think it's snowing like they said it will. Where is it? Yeah. Whatever. That's what it is. Christian McCaffrey has 108 missed tackles forced this year, so can we have this possession end like the opening possession did, please? Thank you. Like, I genuinely wouldn't mind that. San Francisco starting at their own 9. Purdy. Get him. Get him. There you go. You should have had him in the end zone for a safety, but okay. Looks like it should, according to the radar, should start snowing here soon again, but it's been claiming that all day. So it's second down. Ben Johnson used one of his timeouts. Looks like he's going to try and get the ball back again. The 49ers have 291 total yards to the Bears, 154. 19 first downs to the Bears, 8. So the fact that it is only a one-score game right now is amazing. Like, it is genuinely amazing. I love how they just keep pushing back the snow, saying it's supposed to snow later. Yep, they handed it off to McCaffrey. No, so Bears are going to once again call another timeout. It's third and short. The man's got over 100 yards on the ground again, and we're not even to halftime. We're getting advertisements on how they use the NFL draft uses AI to spot standouts, which I don't get how AI is supposed to pick a so-called standout player. That's what's, unless you're going to try and have AI replace scouts, which would be a mistake. It's third down and 2. Hopefully Chicago can get a stop here. Purdy throws it. First down. That's going to continue the drive. If not, just at the very least, now the Niners could probably just send it into the half if they want. But they're going to try, knowing the Bears get the ball and start the half, they're going to try and expedite as much as they can. All right, they kept him inbounds there. So while the Bears aren't going to get the ball back, the Niners are going to, Purdy throws it, gets to McCaffrey, and that's going to send us to half probably. Oh, no. Nope, Shanahan used his timeout. He is going to try and go down and score. Please don't let them go 91 yards. So 12 ticks the clock's going to leave. The Bears are going to leave them as much of the open middle part of the field as they want, covering the sidelines and trying to keep them from going out of bounds and throwing a deep pass, and just try and stop them from getting behind them. And so literally all you have to do is. So yeah, McCaffrey's ran it 17 times for 104 yards and a touchdown. Yep, they hand it off to McCaffrey. Oh, sweet Jesus. And that is the end of the half. They let him get it. And yep, there it is, halftime. So they got to the 50-yard line, but A play that was probably meant for McCaffrey to try and just get the first down and go down. The man went just a little too far, as in like 30 yards further than he probably should have if they wanted to spike it quick. And the Bears, they will get the ball to start the second half. What impresses me is they are only, and I mean this only, down by one touchdown. It really shouldn't be this close. In general, it really shouldn't be this close. Why did I have to get like a damn near minute non-skippable ad? There it is. Now that we're at halftime. First half takeaways. The Bears need to figure their shit out on defense. McCaffrey's gonna be a problem, but you gotta find a way to stop letting. You can't just keep letting them constantly break away the way they were letting. They had one where Brock could have been brought down for a sack in the end zone to get to have a safety and make it where it says 28-23, right? But they couldn't wrap them up. There's a lot of these tackles, they just can't finish it by wrapping them up. Sounds cutting out a little bit, huh? Oh, that's not good. Here, let's see. I'll get brought closer. Anyways, they just hold on to them and not letting go and stop letting Pearsall and McCaffrey just do whatever they please, they might have a chance because the 49ers defense ain't doing a whole lot for them. Like, San Francisco's defense really is just struggling at the moment. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say other than this. We'll see where it's going. Yeah, please, God, let the Bears hold on to this game. Warbly or something? No. I don't know, man. If the sound, this, we sure like it's not the internet on your end because for me it's showing just fine the green dots saying that the speaking's working just fine, which honestly kind of sucks. Surprisingly, we only had 5 flags on this in the first half, which is 0 sacks today. So Myles Garrett's still 1 sack away from setting the single season record, which the NFL's miraculously gonna just let it get. He's gonna have him tied, just not break it out. They're just gonna have him not. They're gonna let him not let him break that record. Which honestly kind of sucks. I think it genuinely sucks, but yeah. This game has been brutal. No defense for the Bears. And when they do have defense, well, their defense should have 2 interceptions right now. We should be tied at 21. The Zebras said they saw a penalty that you couldn't see. Which is honestly crazy to think. Wow. The Buccaneers clinched the NFC South with a win against the Panthers next week. The Panthers clinched the NFC South with a win against the Buccaneers. The Falcons can clinch if they win. And both teams. Wow. That is actually kind of funny. That the Falcons could still, even if it's a long shot, still make the playoffs. That is actually insane. That we could have a 3-way tie in the NFC South at 8 and 9. Like, what in the hell is going on in the NFC South? The Patriots went 8-0 on the road for the first time in a while. Third time in franchise history they did that. The Sea Chickens won. The Panthers will win NFC South with win at Buccaneers. Cleveland won, so Pittsburgh, they went. Wow. Pittsburgh is somehow 1-6-1 in their last 8 games versus the Browns. So, I guess the Browns own the Steelers. And thank you, everybody. Thank you for not being here. I love doing this for absolutely nobody. I love to sit here doing this for literally no one. We'll see how this goes. It should start snowing here soon, boys. Again. Yeah, Josh Allen threw that one away today. Been there, won that. That's what they're making for the division champs is been there, won that. That's the shirts. This year has been... Wow. You have... Outside... Wow. Jesus. Hold on. If the Bears lose today, we still have the tiebreaker with Philly, so we wouldn't be the 3 seed. We'd still be the 2. So yeah, there is that. Apparently the 49ers are having a halftime show outside their stadium with the band Journey. So Bear fans, don't stop believing. Like, just don't stop. Oh, they make another Minion movie. They're showing the Minions. Did we make another Minion movie? I'm thinking they did. Or the Minions are just advertising. Either way. The first half, there really isn't much to say other than the 49ers defense was doing whatever they wanted. The Bears defense, they had the interception. They had a few good plays. And what should have been a second interception, but the somehow there was a penalty. So yeah, there is that. Yeah, I want to keep going here for the second half, guys, but I am starting to get really tired. So I'm going to end that here, unfortunately, calling it quits early because I am starting to get tired. Thank you for everything here, boys. We'll talk about it later. And to all, a good night.